Aurora Tower. Ashburn's results. White Platinum Tier Advanced Grade. A White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade Architect. A top talent of the human race. Zhou Zhou looked at Zhao Changshuo's interface and could not help but sigh. This old man had almost reached the limit of the human race's potential. He looked at the other party's skill panel. There were dozens of construction skills. This is someone whom you call a real professional. Previously, he had obtained the blueprints for the residence, warehouse, and blacksmith shop from the upgrade of the Lord's wooden house which he could not use. This big shot had all his skills and more. He would give these 3 blueprints to the Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Architect. Zhou Zhou thought. Then, his gaze landed on the last skill in the skill column. Kingdom Level Building, Aurora Tower, White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade. It was also the only Kingdom Level building in the opponent's skill bar. He opened it curiously. Building name, Aurora Tower, Building Level, White Platinum Tier Intermediate Grade, Building Function 1, Light Energy Reserve Device. Absorb light elements and store them in the Light Energy Reserve Device of the Aurora Tower to collect attack energy for the Aurora Cannon. Building Effect 2. Aurora Cannon. Ray Mode. Activate Aurora Cannon and continuously release light elemental energy, forming an extremely penetrating aurora ray that sweeps through all enemies in range. Building Effect 2. Aurora Cannon Polarity Mode. Activating Aurora Cannon, instantly releasing all the light element energy in the energy storage device. Concentrate on one point to kill the enemy. It can kill anything below the extraordinary tier. Remark: the Aurora Tower has a range of 100,000 meters. Building upgrade: 50,000 units of wood, 50,000 units of fine sand, 100,000 units of metal, 100,000 units of stone, 100 units of white platinum tier aurora crystals, 50 white platinum tier mist core. Architecture description: a building of the Aurora tribe. It is also the only kingdom-level building in the Aurora Kingdom. It plays an indelible role in the establishment and expansion of the Aurora Kingdom. Zhou Zhou's eyes widened. It could kill any enemy below the extraordinary tier? What a powerful and exclusive kingdom-level building. However, he frowned slightly when he saw the materials he needed. Aurora crystals. He had never heard of such a material. It was probably some high-level material. He made a mental note to ask the World Channel later to see if any lord had it. Then, Zhou Zhou brought everyone around the territory and communicated the basic situation in Blazing Sun City. The others were responsible for listening and occasionally asking questions. After he finished speaking, everyone immediately started discussing. It seems that my lord's territory lacks a lot of basic building facilities. Zhao Changshuo stroked his white beard and said, "Exactly. We'll have to depend on Elder Zhao now. Don't worry about the materials and mist cores. There are a lot of them in the territory," Zhou Zhou said. He now had more than 70,000 units of basic materials and 5,664 black iron tier mist cores in his territory. It was enough to build these basic buildings. Leave it to this old man. However, I need the Lord to arrange some people for me. Zhao Changshuo nodded in agreement. Okay. Zhou Zhou nodded. Then, he handed the 4 unemployed male subjects to Zhao Changshuo. My lord, Senior Zhao. Can I be an understudy to Senior Zhao? Qian Du, a black iron tier elementary grade architect, asked nervously. He was only 18 years old, still giddy from both nervousness and excitement. He originated from the Aurora Kingdom and was an unorthodox architect without a master. He had long heard of this honorary president of the Building Association and had admired him. Therefore, when Zhao Changshuo appeared in front of him, he immediately had a bold idea. If he could learn from this old senior and even acknowledge him as his master, then he would no longer have to explore the path of an architect alone. This was undoubtedly crucial to his career path. Zhou Zhou and Zhao Changshuo looked at each other and smiled. Both of them could tell what this person was thinking. However, they were not disgusted. That will depend on the Lord. Zhao Changshuo smiled. Qian Du immediately looked at Zhou Zhou nervously. You can be Elder Zhao's assistant. He has no use for these 3 building blueprints. Take them. Zhou handed the blueprints of the residence, warehouse, and blacksmith shop to Qiandu. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, Senior Zhao. Qiandu was extremely excited. Elder Zhao, what are you going to build first? Zhou asked. Don't worry about the residences. Those tents still work. Let's build a black iron tier intermediate grade medical hall first. Even though we have life potions, the production rate is low at the moment. Moreover, life potions can only heal and not treat illnesses. It just so happens that we have a black iron tier intermediate grade doctor here. A doctor and a medical hall are the true methods of treating and saving people. After the clinic is built, we'll start building warehouses, homes, and other buildings. Zhao Changshu pondered for a moment and suggested. Zhou nodded, feeling very comfortable. Normally, if he wanted to build a medical center, he needed a medical center blueprint. If he just relied on killing monsters to obtain the blueprint of the medical hall, he did not know when he would be able to obtain it. Everyone was fine now. He did not have to worry about the blueprint with Zhao Changshu around. He could directly build it. In the foreseeable future, he would save a lot of building blueprints because of Elder Zhao. After that, Zhou stopped chatting and brought the remaining 4 subjects without profession to the gnome alchemy workshop. Ashburn, I brought you the helpers you wanted. When Zhou entered, he realized that there was no one in the shop. He told the 4 of them not to walk around casually, then walked to the door of the nearby studio. When he opened the door, he saw Ashburn working on a half-finished mechanostrider at the workbench. He called out to him twice before realizing that Ashburn did not respond at all. Zhou raised his eyebrows. Then he came to the opposite side. Ashburn's eyes were red, and his gaze was focused on the mechanostrider in front of him. He kept assembling the mechanostrider, as if he had not slept for a long time. Zhou frowned. Ashburn. He raised his voice and used some mental power. Ashburn, who was in a state of concentration, trembled. Then he raised his head and looked at Zhou. My lord? When did you arrive? He was surprised. How long has it been since you slept? Zhou looked at his bloodshot eyes and said, I haven't slept since the last time we met. If you don't sleep, you're going to die. Don't work anymore. Go to sleep. Zhou said solemnly. I won't die so easily. I can still. Are you going against my orders? Zhou glared at him. Ashburn's tone faltered. Then he said helplessly, Yes, my lord. I'll go to sleep after handing over the potions and mechanostrider I've made during this period to you. Zhou nodded slightly. Then Ashburn brought Zhou to an underground warehouse. This is my alchemy warehouse, specially used to store alchemy items I have yet to sell. My lord, take these with you. Ashburn pointed at the boxes of potions and rows of mechanostrider in front of him. He was both tired and proud. Zhou went forward to check. A moment later, the inspection was complete. A total of 40 health potions, 10 energy potions, and 10 mechanostriders. Zhou found it hard to imagine that this was created by a lone gnome in less than an entire day. These potions will be very useful in conquering the Scarlet Lord. I'll remember your contribution. Still, Ashburn, I know you want to share my burden, but our territory is doing well. I don't need you to work so hard for the time being. Our territory will have a wonderful future. I hope that both you and I can see that future. But you will not be able to see it if you collapse from exhaustion halfway down the road. Zhou said. Ashburn froze. Then, a smile appeared on his face and he nodded vigorously. Zhou did not say much. He placed the white platinum tier advanced grade racial talent sphere and a skill book on mental manipulation on the table. Then, he told him that the helpers he needed were in the shop before leaving. Linger's Lord Talent. Prepare for battle. After Zhou returned to the Lord's wooden house, he opened the marketplace and set up a deal for 20,000 units of black iron tier elementary grade desert fog lizard meat. 10,000 units of meat were used to purchase 4 basic materials. The other 10,000 units were used to purchase materials to make aurora crystals, life potions, energy potions, mechanostrider, and golden corpse water. A total of 20,000 units worth of deals, ranking first in the number of transactions. It instantly caused a heated discussion among many lords. World Channel. Fuck. Did you see Big Boss Blazing Sun's new deal? This time, it's 20,000 units of black iron tier elementary grade desert fog lizard meat. Every time I see the transaction volume of the Lord of the Blazing Sun, I feel that it's ridiculous. Is there a possibility that the Lord of the Blazing Sun is cheating? The person above. Can you post a link? Should I open one too? Do you think the Supreme Will is blind? Why would the Supreme Will allow cheating? I can eat meat again. Thank you, Big Boss Blazing Sunday. To be honest, it's precisely because Big Boss Blazing Sun sold enough meat that a slow-moving person like me can snatch it to fill my stomach. Lord of the Blazing Sun, I love you. It'll get better. I see more lords selling meat in the marketplace now. Speaking of which, what are Aurora crystals? Jojo was also reading the comments in the World Channel. It's the third day. There are more lords selling monster meat now. Their prices will probably drop soon. Jojo thought. However, he was not too worried. There were billions of cerulean planet lords. No matter how much the price of meat dropped, he did not have to worry about not being able to sell his monster meat. He, who controlled most of the meat transactions, would always be the one who made the most money. He had just closed the trading panel when the Spiritual Medicine Lord from yesterday sent him a message. Spiritual Medicine Lord, Big Brother Blazing Sun, do you have time to trade? Linger has the blood origin flower and the blood clotting grass. Lord of the Blazing Sun, you have blood clotting grass again? I want them all. How many do you have? Spiritual Medicine Lord, 800 units of blood origin flowers, 200 units of blood clotting grass. Lord of the Blazing Sun, 0.0. Lord of the Blazing Sun, may I ask if your Lord talent is related to medicinal herbs? You can choose not to answer. It's fine, it won't affect our deal. Spiritual Medicine Lord, it's alright, Big Brother. Linger's Lord talent is to grow herbs. A text notification appeared the next moment. The other party sent a screenshot of her Lord talent. Jojo was stunned. However, he could not help but look over curiously. Lord talent, Divine Herb Garden, Legendary tier. Divine Herb Garden. Your territory has a special building, the Divine Herb Garden. The herbs planted in the Divine Herb Garden will automatically form the most suitable growth environment around the herbs, and greatly reduce the growth time of the herbs. The time reduction for each quality medicinal ingredient is as follows: black iron tier medicinal herbs. Reduces growth time by 99.9%. Green bronze tier medicinal herbs. Reduces growth time by 89.9%. White silver tier medicinal herbs. Reduces growth time by 79.9%. Yellow gold tier medicinal herbs. Reduces growth time by 69.9%. White platinum tier medicinal herbs. Reduces. Legendary tier medicinal herbs. Reduces growth time by 69.9%. Jojo's mouth fell open. Wasn't the effect of this Lord talent too ridiculous? No wonder this Spiritual Medicine Lord could bring out so many blood origin flowers and blood clotting grass in a day. She planted them by herself. Moreover, this was the second legendary tier Lord talent he had seen other than himself. She was indeed very strong, as expected of a legendary tier Lord talent. However, Jojo still felt that his Lord talent was stronger comparatively. After all, his 100% drop rate could drop the talent of other lords. In the future, he might even be able to possess mythical Lord talents. At this moment, Jojo suddenly had an idea. He thought for a moment and typed, Lord of the Blazing Sun, your Lord talent is very strong. Don't casually expose your Lord talent to others in the future, or it will attract great danger. Spiritual Medicine Lord, Linger knows, but I think you're someone I can trust, so I told you about my Lord talent. Lord of the Blazing Sun, that's the same. No matter who you meet in the future, don't tell others about your Lord talent so readily. Even if you're already very strong in the future, you have to keep your Lord talent a secret. I won't tell anyone. Spiritual Medicine Lord. Thank you, Big Brother Blazing Sun. Linger understands. Lord of the Blazing Sun. I also want to make a deal with you. Lord of the Blazing Sun. I might need many types of medicinal herbs in the future, so I want to have a long-term working relationship with you. You'll be in charge of providing me with medicinal herbs, and I'll be in charge of paying you. Spiritual Medicine Lord. All right. Linger also wants to have more interactions with Big Brother Blazing Sunday. Spiritual Medicine Lord. Even though Linger already has 15 subjects, Linger still wants to talk to the people of the Cerulean planet. Spiritual Medicine Lord. But the other lords don't pay much attention to me. Only Big Brother Blazing Sun. Not only do you pay attention to me, but you also care about Linger. Spiritual Medicine Lord. Anyway, thank you, Big Brother Blazing Sun. Zhou. Who would dare to ignore you if you tell them about your Lord talent? Lord of the Blazing Sun. I'm fine. By the way, how many professionals do you have now? Spiritual Medicine Lord. Not a single one. The subjects summoned by Linger are all without professions. Lord of the Blazing Sun. Isn't this too unreasonable? Zhou was speechless. However, he also had a thought. Such a rare legendary tier Lord talent holder shouldn't die in the Novice Lord test 4 days later just because she didn't have the strength of a military profession. Right? He thought for a moment and typed, Lord of the Blazing Sun, you shouldn't be lacking in food with the transaction yesterday, so I'll exchange something else with you this time. Then, he took a screenshot of the item information of the Sword Shield Soldier Class Change Certificate and sent it to Linger. Lord of the Blazing Sun. How about this? Hundreds of millions of kilometers away in the Spiritual Medicine City. Linger looked at the information on the Sword Shield Soldier Class Change Certificate and could not help but widen her cute eyes. Even though she was young, she was not stupid. Naturally, she knew that this class change certificate could save her and her subjects' fates in the Novice Lord test 4 days later. She hesitated for a moment, then typed, Spiritual Medicine Lord, I really want it, but Big Brother Blazing Sun also needs it, right? Lord of the Blazing Sun. Don't worry, I'm not lacking in this kind of class change certificate. Not only that, during this period of time, the number of Sword Shield Soldier Class change certificates in his hands had reached 2,298. Therefore, he had no use for it for the time being. It was not a problem to take out a portion of it to trade. Moreover, they now had a working relationship. Zhou could not bear to see a child die in the mouth of the fog monsters 4 days later. That was why he took the initiative to use the Sword Shield Soldier Class change certificate as a bargaining chip. 800 units of blood origin flowers and 200 units of blood clotting grasses. Zhou exchanged 20 medicinal herbs for 1 Sword Shield Soldier Class change certificate and used 50 Sword Shield Soldier Class change certificates to trade with her. The transaction was completed and both sides were happy. Another half an hour passed. In the marketplace, Zhou's 20,000 units of black iron tier elementary grade desert fog lizard meat had all been traded for the corresponding materials. A total of 44,000 units of wood, 36,000 units of fine sand, 40,000 units of metal, and 80,000 units of stone. In addition, there were 560 sets of materials for making mechanostriders, 850 sets of medicinal herbs for making life potions, 750 sets of medicinal herbs for making energy potions, and 100 sets of medicinal herbs for making golden corpse water. These materials came easily. Zhou looked at the transaction results and felt very happy. The only pity was that he did not receive any aurora crystals. It seemed that this thing was indeed quite rare. Even billions of Cerulean planet lords had yet to obtain it. 3 hours later, Bai Yi and the others ended their rest. Zhou did not waste any time. He led all the soldiers, Nazario, and the Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Doctor to the location of the Desert Fog Lizard leader. The Scarlet Lord also has a Lord talent? Half an hour later, more than 600 soldiers stood in the desert with 9 mechanostrider and 9 homemade simple wooden carts. The leader was a handsome young man riding a mechanostrider. A black and red dragon half the height of a human stood beside him. The 601 soldiers behind the young man looked unto him with respect. When they saw the black and red dragon, they could not help but look surprised. Is this the legendary dragon race? It looks so domineering. His lordship is really powerful. He can even subdue the dragon race. Silence, Bai said sternly to the soldiers. Then, she rode on the mechanostrider towards Zhou. My lord, this is the territory of the Scarlet Lord, she said respectfully. Zhou nodded and looked into the distance. A simple and crude territory stood a kilometer away. He could vaguely see a few buildings with different styles. About 200 desert fog lizards were densely packed around these buildings, just as Bai had reported. There's no cover. Looks like we can't launch a sneak attack this time. However, this desert fog lizard leader's territory doesn't have a novice lord protection barrier. There's probably no need for a sneak attack. Zhou pondered. Then, he turned to look at the soldiers behind him. Is everything ready? Yes. The soldiers roared in unison, their voices shaking the clouds. It even alarmed the distant desert fog lizard territory. The desert fog lizards seemed to have smelled something bad and crawled over with hostility. Zhou did not mind. He had wanted to attack head-on anyway. Then I won't waste my breath. You've slaughtered these reptiles countless times. You should be confident that they are not your match. Charge and destroy them, Zhou shouted. Kill them. Destroy these reptiles. The soldiers roared and rushed out. Only 5 black Iron Tier advanced grade soldiers and the black Iron Tier intermediate grade doctor remained beside Zhou. Zhou jumped down from the mechanostrider and patted Nazario's head. Nazario had doubled in size in less than 2 days to his surprise. He wondered what Nazario would be like when it reached its peak. Don't be impatient. Wait for their leader to emerge. That's when you hunt, Zhou said. Nazario nodded excitedly and expectantly. However, its body still emitted wisps of red steam that smelled of sulfur. In the distance, the soldiers led by Bai had already encountered the desert fog lizards that had run over to check on the situation. These desert fog lizards were crushed by the soldiers and died without knowing how they died. At the same time, the desert fog lizards in their own territory looked at the torrent of soldiers rushing over from afar and were instantly stunned. However, they were bloodthirsty by nature and did not know what fear was. Hence, they stuck out their tongues and glared at the charging soldiers. At this moment, in the center of the territory, bang, bang, bang. In a wooden house with a savage and bloody style, a scarlet desert fog lizard that was 3 to 4 meters tall and more than 10 meters long slowly crawled out. It looked at the soldiers rushing over from afar and was suddenly furious. Roar! What an angry roar! All the desert fog lizards, which seemed to have received an order, waved their limbs and charged fearlessly at Zhou's soldiers. In the distance, Zhou narrowed his eyes and looked at the desert fog lizard leader. A text notification appeared. Monster name: Desert fog lizard leader, Shui Cha. Scarlet Lord. Strength level: Green Bronze Tier elementary grade. Monster description: one of the 3 Scarlet Lords of the Blazing Sun Desert. It has many desert fog lizard subjects under his command. He has obtained powerful strength after gaining favor with the Scarlet Lord. Loots: 10 units of Green Bronze Tier Mist Core. Drop rate: 100%. 1 unit to 100 units of Green Bronze Tier elementary grade Desert Fog Lizard Leader's Flesh. Drop rate: 20% to 0.1%. 100 kilograms of water bags. Drop rate: 3%. 1 Green Bronze Tier elementary grade Sand Trap Technique Skillbook. Drop rate: 0.1%. 5 Gradeless Sword Shield Warrior Class Change Certificate. Drop rate: 0.1%. 3 Green Bronze Tier elementary grade Sword Shield Warrior Recruitment Book. Drop rate: 0.1%. 1 Black Iron Tier elementary grade Alchemy Potion Formula Blood Eye. Drop rate: 0.1%. 1 White Silver Tier elementary grade Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere. Drop rate: 0%. There were many loots that could be dropped. Among these loots, the one that attracted Zhou the most was undoubtedly the last one. When he saw the last loot, Zhou was stunned. Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere? The Scarlet Lord also had a Lord Talent? At the same time, Nazario, which was originally beside him, was nowhere to be seen. In the distance, the main forces of both sides quickly collided. An intense battle was about to break out. The desert fog lizards pounced, bit, hissed, crashed. All kinds of barbaric combat techniques were used. On the other side, the sword-shield soldier used the sword-shield combination technique to defend and counterattack in an orderly manner. Lu Chong brandished his spear like a dragon, slaughtering his way through the monsters. The crossbowman stood not far away and drew his crossbow. One arrow could seriously injure a desert fog lizard. Bai Yi's performance was the most eye-catching. She dotted around the edge of the battlefield like the wind on her mechanostrider. She was like a green god of death, reaping the lives of the desert fog lizards. She relied on her mount's mobility, accurate crossbow skills, and powerful strength. Even those who were lucky enough to survive were quickly poisoned to the ground by the poison from the crossbow bolts or killed by other soldiers. Roar! Bang! Bastard monster! I'll kill you! Hiss hiss! The sounds of weapons entering the body, the roars of monsters, curses, collisions, all sorts of chaotic sounds could be heard. The center of the battlefield had become a bloody meat grinder. However, Zhou still had the advantage. There were more of them, and they were also wearing military equipment that could effectively defend against most of the sharp claws and teeth of the desert fog lizards. It could even withstand the impact of some monsters' collisions. Desert fog lizard territory. The desert fog lizard leader narrowed its eyes. Its gaze fell on the crowd, then it suddenly stomped on the gravel under its feet. A few hundred meters away, the soldiers who were fighting hard suddenly realized that the desert under their feet was quickly sinking into a huge pit 4 to 5 meters deep. Unable to maintain their balance, they fell one after another and more than 10 soldiers were injured immediately. The desert fog lizard leader raised its claws, wanting to do the same thing again. Suddenly, it felt heat above its head. It looked up only to see a 1-meter-long dragon swooning down from the sky. Boom! An invisible and terrifying pressure emitted from this dragon and instantly descended on the body and soul of the desert fog lizard leader. Dragon's might. At this moment, the leader of the desert fog lizards trembled. Couldn't even escape. Its eyes were filled with fear while excitement flashed in Nazario's eyes. It suddenly swooped down. This scene was like a world-famous painting. There was clearly a world of difference between their sizes. Nazario was like a hunter, while the huge desert fog lizard leader was like a helpless rabbit. In the face of the impending life and death crisis, it could do nothing other than tremble. The next second, the moment the two sides approached each other, Nazario suddenly stopped in midair and suddenly opened its mouth. A faint red light appeared from its throat. The surging hot magma dragon breath spewed out of its mouth and covered the head of the desert fog lizard leader in the blink of an eye. 3 to 4 seconds later, there was a loud bang. The desert fog lizard leader fell to the ground weakly. The part of its head had been burned away by the magma dragon breath, leaving only drops of lava dripping from its neck. 2 lines of text appeared in front of Zhou not far away. Your pet lava dragon Nazario has killed the desert fog lizard leader, Scarlet Lord. Shui Cha. Promotion energy plus 20. Loots have been condensed. The territory of the Scarlet Lord has become ownerless. You can plunder or occupy it, organizing the loots. The announcement reappears. Nazario didn't seem to have had enough fun after killing the desert fog lizard leader. It flew back into the sky and surveyed the intense battle below. Then, it joined in without hesitation and helped the soldiers deal with the desert fog lizard monsters. With the addition of a green bronze tier dragon like Nazario, the soldiers' morale was boosted, and they fought even harder. Half an hour later, more than 200 desert fog lizards were killed. Almost all of the corpses were made up of desert fog lizards. However, there were also scattered corpses of soldiers. After Zhou saw the corpses of these soldiers, the feeling of jubilation for defeating the Scarlet Lord faded. Zhang Qianjing, heal the wounded soldiers. I've already given you the life potions. Don't be stingy when you need to use them. Ask me for more if you need them. Zhou said to the black iron tier intermediate grade doctor beside him. My lord is merciful. Zhang Qianjing bowed respectfully to Zhou and immediately walked quickly in the direction of the injured. My lord, don't be too sad. We are mortal enemies with these fog monsters and foreign lords. They'll attack us sooner or later even if we don't attack them. A small number of casualties to avoid greater casualties or even destruction in the future. My lord, please don't doubt yourself. None of our soldiers are afraid of war, and all of us agree with the Lord's decision. Bai Yi came in front of Zhou and said seriously. She was very worried that her lord would not want to fight again just because he had seen some casualties. A lord who dared not fight was no different from a lamb waiting to be slaughtered on the high continent. Even though she would still be loyal to her lord, she did not want her lord to die at the hands of other lords or fog monsters one day. Zhou said nothing while he looked at the battlefield in front of him. His eyes gradually became firm. Only by becoming stronger would there be fewer casualties. He thought firmly, if he could bring 1,000,000 soldiers with him and each of them threw a stone in this battle, he could also bury this territory of the Scarlet Lord. I'm still not strong enough. I need more soldiers and even more Lord talents. He thought, take me to see the corpse of the Scarlet Lord. Zhou suddenly said. Yes. Bai Yi heaved a sigh of relief in her heart, and a smile appeared on her face again. Then, she brought Zhou to the corpse of the desert fog lizard leader. Roar! Nazario flew in front of Zhou and rubbed its head against Zhou's arm. Then it looked at Zhou with sparkling eyes. Praise me! Praise me! My Nazario did well. You will take the main credit for this battle. Zhou praised. The casualties would probably be at least 10 times more for this battle if it weren't for the fact that Nazario had killed this desert fog lizard leader and then helped the soldiers deal with the other desert fog lizards. Thus, it was no problem for Nazario to take the credit. Then, Zhou placed his hand on the corpse of the desert fog lizard leader. A golden notification appeared. Do you want to retrieve the loot? Yes. Lord Talent hint. You have obtained these loots, 10 units of mist cores, black iron tier, 100 units of desert fog lizard leader's meat, green bronze tier elementary grade, 100 kilograms water bag, 5 sword shield soldier class change certificates, no grade, 3 sword shield soldier recruitment books, low bronze, 1 sand trap skill book, black iron tier elementary grade, 1 alchemy potion formula, blood eye, black iron tier elementary grade, 1 Scarlet Lord talent sphere, white silver tier elementary grade. Whoosh! The huge corpse of the desert fog lizard leader instantly exploded. There were so many loots that it looked like a small mountain. Bai Yi was already mentally prepared. However, he could not help but widen his eyes. Nazario, on the other hand, drooled as it stared at the meat and the green bronze tier mist cores. Zhou also checked the loot. The first item he looked at was the Sand Trap Technique skill book. Skill name, Sand Trap Technique, Skill Quality. Green bronze tier elementary grade. Skill description. Advanced sand stealth skill. Controls the ground, turning the ground within a certain range into a quicksand pit. The area and depth of the quicksand pit depends on the amount of energy output from the user. Zhou learned it on the spot. This was a rare skill that could change the terrain. Zhou had already witnessed its power in the battle just now. In a one-on-one fight, the effect might not seem obvious. However, if it was used on a battlefield where there were many people, it would definitely produce an astonishing effect that could be worthy of being called a battlefield killing machine. It would not be impossible to sink a city into quicksand with a wave of his hand when he became stronger in the future. Next was the alchemy potion formula, Blood Eye. Alchemy potion formula, Blood Eye, formula quality. Black iron tier elementary grade, formula effect. After using it, you can master the refining method of the Blood Eye. Apply the Blood Eye on the eyelids and you can observe the warm-blooded creatures within your field of vision. It will also have a certain effect of improving your vision. Material formula, Blood Pupil Flower, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade. Blue Ice Leaf, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade. 3 Leaf Grass, Common Material. Formula Description. Any creature with blood can't hide from the blood eye. Learning requirement. Can only be learned by alchemists, technicians, doctors, and other herb-related life professions. Zhou looked at the formula thoughtfully. This blood eye seemed to be useful in restraining invisibility skills. Other than that, Zhou could not think of any other uses for it. He did not think too much about it and prepared to get Ashburn to learn it. Zhou's gaze landed on a ball of light that emitted a silver-white halo with a wisp of blood inside. Treasure name: Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere Unknown. Treasure grade: White Silver Tier. Treasure effect: after being purified by the Supreme Will, the Lord can absorb it and obtain an unknown White Silver Tier Lord talent. Treasure description: a loot that could not be dropped. It was forced to drop under the drive of some mysterious power. Do you want to purify it? Zhou did not purify it immediately. Who knew what would happen in the process? It was better to return to his territory first. After that, Zhou entered the Lord's wooden house and saw the territory token tablet. Moreover, it was a black iron tier intermediate grade token. The Scarlet Lord also has a territory token tablet? Zhou clicked his tongue in wonder. He called 5 sword shield soldiers over and began to destroy this territory token tablet. It took them an entire 15 minutes to break the 5,000 points endurance tablet to reveal the territory token inside. Zhou stepped forward and placed his hand on the territory order. Receive the territory order. Yes, he said. Click. The territory order landed in his hands. At this moment, a line of golden text suddenly appeared in front of Zhou. It also appeared in front of billions of Cerulean Planet Lords. Cerulean Planet World Channel announcement. Congratulations to the Lord of the Blazing Sun on becoming the first Cerulean Planet Lord to capture the territory of a Scarlet Lord. The reward is a Supreme Tier Treasure Box +1, Reputation Rating +1. Cerulean Planet World Channel announcement. Congratulations to the Lord of the Blazing Sun. Cerulean Planet World Channel announcement. Congratulations to the Lord of the Blazing Sun. 3 announcements rang in the ears of all the Cerulean Planet Lords. Zhou was stunned. I'm the first Cerulean Planet Lord to occupy the territory of a Scarlet Lord? White Silver Tier Lord Talent. Monster Ranch. Zhou was a little surprised. Did the others not obtain this achievement yet? He would often dive in the World Channel and watch the other Lords' chats when he was bored. Therefore, he already knew that the Dragon Lady had a green bronze tier elementary grade wyvern under her command through the conversation of others. Even though it was not as strong as his Nazario, it shouldn't be a problem to deal with a Scarlet Lord of the lowest level, right? She actually didn't get this achievement? He thought for a while. The wyvern naturally had no problem dealing with the lowest level Scarlet Lord. However, there were also a large number of fog monsters around each Scarlet Fog. No matter how strong the Dragon Lady's wyvern was, it could not deal with the Scarlet Lord while dealing with the monster subjects under its command. He suddenly realized, not everyone was like him, who had high-end combat power like the pure-blooded dragons and had the combat power of hundreds of military professionals. He stopped thinking about it. Zhou opened the World Channel and started watching. At this moment, the billions of Cerulean Planet Lords on the World Channel were discussing the announcement. 2 firsts in the entire channel. The Lord of the Blazing Sun is actually so terrifying. What is a Scarlet Lord? A foreign race lord? Can any big shot explain? I've heard from my subjects that the Scarlet Lord is the Lord of the Fog Monsters. It's our archenemy. Oh my God. I find the Fog Monsters difficult enough to fight. Big Boss Blazing Sun has already gone to deal with their leader. Are we really in the same version? This wave is a version upgrade. If only I could get to know Big Boss Blazing Sun. That way I can cozy up to him. From another perspective, I'm a woman that Big Boss Blazing Sun can't have. I'm the man that Big Boss Blazing Sun will never get. Shit that no one cares about isn't precious. The Dragon Lady was silent as she looked at the discussion on the World Channel on her planes. For the past 2 days, she had been planning to occupy the territory of a foreign race lord. She had already thought it through. She would launch an official attack after she summoned another wyvern the day after as her subordinate. She could publicize her lord talent as long as she succeeded. She believed that with her fame on the cerulean planet, she would definitely be able to obtain a reputation that was not inferior to that of the Lord of the Blazing Sun. At that time, she would use this reputation to get the other lords to work for her. She would use this as a springboard to develop faster and stronger. This cycle would continue, and she would definitely be able to fight for the position of the Overlord in the future. However, in less than a day, this Lord of the Blazing Sun had actually conquered another territory of the Scarlet Lord and once again appeared on the entire channel. What exactly could his Lord talent be? Could it be a legendary tier Lord talent? Or a mythical tier Lord talent? Susanna Margaret was puzzled. Then, she calmed down. It's just a temporary lead. I'm in no hurry. I am the Dragonblood Queen appointed by the Supreme Will. It won't be long before I catch up to him and surpass him. Elsewhere, in a cemetery, Undead Lord Zhonghan narrowed his eyes slightly as he looked at the chat content in the World Channel. He actually took down the territory of a Scarlet Lord before me. There was also a Scarlet Lord's territory near his territory. Originally, he planned to slowly weaken the other party's strength while waiting to advance to the Green Bronze Tier elementary grade. After he could enslave the Green Bronze Tier undead, he would officially attack the other party's territory. He didn't expect the Lord of the Blazing Sun to get the first so quickly. I have to speed up my development, otherwise, all the benefits will go to this Lord of the Blazing Sun, he said as he began to plot. Zhou chuckled and turned off the World Channel in the territory of the Desert Fog Lizard leader. Then, he opened the reputation ranking. He was still ranked first with the advantage of his two firsts. The rankings after that were not even occupied by any other lords. I'll get another loyal subject tomorrow with this reputation rating. Zhou was looking forward to it. Then, he closed the reputation ranking and looked at the golden treasure chest that appeared out of thin air in front of him. He resisted the urge to open it and asked the 5-sword shield soldiers around him to bring it back to his territory and send it to his lord's wooden house. Half an hour later, Bai Yi came to report after sorting out the loot. My lord, the loot here has been reorganized. We found a total of 3,000 units of stone, 1,500 units of wood, 500 units of metal, and 1,000 units of fine sand here. I also found 357 black iron tier mist cores and 6 green bronze tier mist cores. Put them all in a simple wooden cart pulled by a mechanostrider and transport them back together. If it doesn't fit, the soldiers will transport it. Zhou said. The 9 simple, homemade wooden carts that he had brought today were purchased from a lord who claimed to have a professional carpenter. It was not expensive either. A small wooden cart only required 3 units of black iron tier elementary grade meat. Zhou immediately had an idea to use the combination of mechanostrider plus simple wooden cart to create a convoy to transport supplies. In the future, not only would he be able to transport more resources and monster corpses, but he would also be able to free up his soldiers' combat power, so he gave it a try. It seemed to be working quite well. How many casualties on our side? Zhou asked Bai Yi. In this battle, we lost a total of 12 soldiers. There are 22 with major injuries and 76 with minor injuries. Bai Yi answered. When we get back, tell these injured soldiers not to participate in the battle for the time being. Let them recuperate first. Let them come back only after they have recovered their ability to fight. Arrange an easy job for those who can't continue fighting after they recover. Blazing Sun City will be responsible for the rest of their lives if they become unable to fight. Zhou said. With his 100% drop rate, it was naturally easy for him to raise these injured people. Moreover, when he became stronger in the future, the 100% drop rate would be more effective. He could completely nurture more injured people. Moreover, when he had the talent of a healing lord in the future, it was not impossible to turn these injured people into healthy people again. Therefore, he was very confident. Yes. Thank you, my lord. Bai Yi looked at Zhou gratefully and went to make arrangements. Soon he heard waves of cheers from the soldiers in the distance. A smile appeared on Zhou's face. He walked out of the Lord's wooden house and looked at the lonely building, feeling a little strange. He seemed to remember there was more than one building here when he arrived. Could it be that the Lord Talent of the Desert Fog Lizard Leader also has a special building which disappeared when it died? Zhou thought. He looked around again, then shook his head. There were no special resources here, so there was no need to occupy it. A moment later, the army reformed before bringing the loot back to Blazing Sun City. In the Blazing Sun City, the Lord's wooden house. Zhou took out the Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere. Do you want to purify it? Purify, Zhou said expectantly. The next second, a golden light flashed from the Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere. After the golden light disappeared, Zhou suddenly realized. The blood-colored light on the Scarlet Lord Talent Sphere had actually disappeared. Its information has also been updated. Treasure name, Lord Talent Sphere, Monster Ranch, Treasure Grade, White Silver Tier, Treasure Effect. After absorbing it, the Lord will have the White Silver Tier Lord Talent, Monster Ranch. Treasure Description. A Lord Talent Sphere purified by the Supreme Will. After absorbing it, you can obtain a White Silver Tier Lord Talent. Monster Rancher Mugu. Monster Ranch? What kind of Lord Talent is this? Zhou was puzzled. He did not think too much about it and chose to use it. A golden text notification appeared. Do you want to absorb this Lord's Talent Sphere, White Silver Tier? Yes, Zhou said. The next second, the White Silver Tier Lord Talent Sphere immediately turned into countless silver light spots and surged into his glabella. Zhou opened his eyes again after some time, then immediately opened his Lord's personal information. His Lord Talent had already been updated. Lord Talent, 100% drop rate, Legendary Tier, Gnome Alchemy Workshop, Green Bronze Tier, Monster Ranch, White Silver Tier. My third Lord Talent. Superb. Zhou looked excited. Then, he opened the details of the talent. Lord Talent, Monster Ranch, White Silver Tier. Monster Ranch. Your territory has the ability to build a special building Monster Ranch. When you place a kind of fog monster in the Monster Ranch, the Monster Ranch will absorb the scarlet fog at night and nurture a different number of fog monsters of the same race on the second day. He almost wanted to use this Lord Talent immediately upon seeing it. Raising Desert Fog Lizards. The Scarlet Lord was gone, so the Scarlet Fog would not give birth to new Desert Fog Lizards, so he was worried about what to do with the source of Sword Shield soldiers in the future. Everything was solved with this development. He could totally use the Monster Ranch to rear the Desert Fog Lizards. Killing the newborn Desert Fog Lizards every day would steadily provide him with water, flesh, blood, mist core, Sword Shield soldiers, and promotion energy. Such a perfect plan. My lord, I have something to report. At this moment, Bai Yi's voice came from outside the door. What is it? Zhou asked. There's an unfamiliar human here who claims to be a monster rancher and your subject. However, I've never seen him before, so I came here to confirm his identity. Bai Yi said. Monster rancher? Zhou's expression changed. He stood up and walked to the door. When he pushed it open, he saw Bai Yi standing in front of him and a young man stood behind Bai Yi. He had an ordinary face and a strong body. He wore a silver shirt and had a silver whip hanging from his waist. He looked a little fierce. However, when he saw Zhou, his expression became extremely respectful. I'm Monster Rancher Mugu. Greetings, my lord. Zhou looked at him and his personal information appeared. Subject, Mugu. Territory, Blazing Sun City. Life profession, Monster Rancher. Profession class, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Battle class name, Monster Shepherd. Strength level, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Ability overview. The Monster Rancher of the Monster Ranch is also a Monster Shepherd who is good at fighting fog monsters. He is proficient in communication, taming, and controlling fog monsters. There is a chance to upgrade a normal fog monster to an elite fog monster or even a leader fog monster. Skills: Special Building Monster Ranch, Fog Monster Communication, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Fog Monster Taming, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Fog Monster Control, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Fog Monster Berserk, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Fog Monster Appease, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Loyalty, Dead Loyal, Potential. Diamond Tier Advanced Grade. Zhou's eyes lit up when he saw the other party's ability description. A dual profession talent. Moreover, not only could the other party build a monster farm, but it could also turn normal fog monsters into elite fog monsters or even leader fog monsters. This was a talent that could increase the chances of loot dropping. He came back to his senses and said to Bai Yi, "He is indeed our subject, but he's kind of new, so you haven't seen him before." "I see." Bai Yi looked at Mu Gu and apologized. "I'm sorry. I misunderstood you." "It doesn't matter." Mu Gu smiled. Then he looked at Zhou. "My lord, the monster ranch is ready. Do you want to take a look?" "Bai Yi, come with me," Zhou said. "Yes, my lord." Bai Yi nodded. Then the three of them walked out of the novice lord's protective barrier. They had just walked about 100 meters when they saw a vast ranch entrance appear in front of them, with a wooden sign on the entrance with the words, "Monster Ranch," written on it. Building name, Monster Ranch. Construction level, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade / Special. Building effect 1. It can nurture 300 Black Iron Tier fog monsters of the same race by absorbing the scarlet fog at night. Building effect 2. The Monster Ranch can be upgraded as the territory levels up. After leveling up, the ability of the Monster Ranch Master will increase, and the number of fog monsters that the Monster Ranch can nurture will also increase. Building range, 2000 mx 2000 m. Current fog monster race, nothing yet. Current number of fog monsters that can be cultivated per day, 300. Building upgrade, upgradable with territory upgrade. Prompt: this building cannot nurture dragons, titans, angels, elves, fairies, deities, and other monsters with superior bloodlines. Building description: this place only breeds monsters. Zhou clicked his tongue in wonder. This special building could actually be upgraded, as expected of a white silver tier lord talent. Monster Ranch. What does this mean? Bai Yi's eyes were blank. Zhou thought for a moment and told her the function of this building. Bai Yi was confused. It was not easy for them to eliminate the desert fog lizards. Why did he want to nurture them? The desert fog lizards can become our stable source of water, meat, sword shield soldiers, mist cores, and promotion energy if we do things this way. It's killing two birds with one stone. Zhou explained about his idea of obtaining loot every day through the Monster Ranch. That's why I want to protect the desert fog lizards. I even want to nurture them. There might only be a few desert fog lizards in the entire hot desert now. We can't keep killing them. After you're done resting, go catch 1 or 2 and put them in the Monster Ranch to nurture. From now on, as long as the desert fog lizards in the scorching desert don't become plentiful and attack us, try not to hunt them. Think of them as endangered species, but if they come to us to court death, then so be it. Zhou said solemnly. Bai Yi. Understood, my lord. She was about to leave and catch 2 desert fog lizards when Zhou seemed to have thought of something else. If you see a black-tailed fog scorpion, capture it. We can put the black-tailed it in the second monster ranch after it is built. But we've never taken the initiative to attack the black-tailed fog scorpion. There should still be a lot of them, right? Bai Yi said blankly. Cage them up first. Zhou waved his hand. Bai Yi was speechless. Emperor of Sand's spatial ring. The idea of a scout team. Bai Yi left and Zhou opened Mu Gu's personal information again to see what materials were needed to build a monster ranch. Occupation skill name. Special building, Monster Ranch, skill grade. Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade / Special. Skill description. Special construction skill. It originates from the white silver tier lord talent Monster Ranch. It can build a monster ranch specially used to nurture monsters. Construction materials. 3,000 units of wood, 3,000 units of fine sand, 3,000 units of metal, 3,000 units of stone, 1,000 black iron tier mist cores, 1 origin crystal. Zhou frowned slightly. The other materials were easy to obtain, but he had never seen materials like origin crystals on sale, even though he had long heard of this material. Origin crystals had long been listed as a resource in the Lord's personal information, which meant that it was also an extremely important resource to the Lords. Mugu, do you know where we can get the Origin crystal? Zhou asked Mugu directly. I do, they are extremely rare. Usually, only regional Scarlet Lords and some ordinary Scarlet Lords will drop it. Some special monsters will occasionally drop Origin crystals too. Mugu said. Regional Scarlet Lord? What's that? Zhou was stunned. A regional Scarlet Lord refers to the Scarlet Lord that occupies the entire regional territory. There will be a regional Scarlet Lord who will rule this area in any ownerless regional territory. For example, this scorching desert we are in now should be ruled by a regional Scarlet Lord. Mugu said. This triggered Zhou's memory. Previously, when he saw the introduction of the Desert Fog Lizard leader, he had indeed discovered that it was written as one of the 3 Scarlet Lords of the Blazing Sun Desert, which meant one of the other 2 Scarlet Lords was the regional Scarlet Lord that Mugu mentioned. Zhou's thoughts started taking root, but he came back to his senses in no time. How many monster ranches can you manage at the same time with your current ability? He asked again. I can currently manage 3 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade monster ranches, Mugu said respectfully. Zhou nodded. He chatted with Mugu for a while before returning to the Lord's wooden house. In the living room, if I want to develop in the hot desert, these 2 Scarlet Lords are a hurdle I have to get past. Also, I wonder if there are other foreign race lords in the Blazing Sun Desert. I need a complete understanding of the Blazing Desert as a Cerulean planet lord who wants to develop in the coming days. Zhou pondered but did not think too much about it. He took the supreme treasure chest that was rewarded by the entire channel and opened it. A yellowish-brown crown-like ring lay quietly inside. Zhou picked it up. A text message appeared. Equipment name: Emperor of Sand's Spatial Ring. Equipment grade: Special. Equipment effect 1. Summon sand soldiers. Control the energy of the sand and materialize a sand soldier equivalent to your own strength. The sand soldier has unparalleled loyalty, powerful combat power, and simple intelligence. It can carry out the simple orders of the ring owner. Transmogrification arms type: Spearman, Bowman, Sword Shield Soldier, Crossbowman, Cavalry, Saber Soldier. Equipment effect 2. 500 cubic meters of storage space. Introduction. It was once the storage ring of the Emperor of Sand. He tried to replace the sun and finally died under the sun. Remarks. Currently bound to the Lord of the Blazing Sun. Zhou's eyes lit up. This equipment is good. Not only could he summon the sand soldiers, what Zhou valued the most was the storage space of 500 cubic meters. As a transmigrator, he finally had his first spatial ring. In the future, he would not have to travel with so much baggage when he heads out to battle. Zhou put on the spatial ring happily, and he immediately sensed a vast spherical space in the ring that was 500 cubic meters in size. At the same time, he sensed that there was a skill mark engraved on the ring. Zhou thought. The energy in his body quickly surged into the skill mark. At the same time, the Emperor of Sand's spatial ring began to emit a faint yellow light. The yellow sand light quickly condensed in front of him. In less than a second or two, it formed a sand cavalry wearing gorgeous yellow sand armor, holding a spear, and riding a sand horse. After it appeared, it immediately half-knelt on the ground, silently exercising the highest level of reverence towards Zhou. Zhou looked at it curiously. Name: Cavalry of Sand. Soldier type: Cavalry. Strength level: Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Ability overview: A sand soldier summoned from the Emperor of Sand's spatial ring. Has 10 years of cavalry combat experience and an undying sand transformation ability. He is the perfect choice for a personal guard. Skills: Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Horsemanship, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lancemanship, Sand Body, Sand Revival, Sand Stealth, Loyalty, Dead Loyal, Potential. None. Zhou looked at the sand cavalry in front of him and clicked his tongue in wonder. Then, he sensed the consumption in his body. Summoning a cavalry consumes about 30% of my energy. It should be similar for the other types of soldiers. That means I can summon up to 3 sand soldiers at once. Zhou was very satisfied. The 3 sand soldiers, together with their ability to turn into sand, were comparable to 10 human soldiers above Black Iron Tier advanced grade. They were enough to guarantee his personal safety. The rewards of this supreme treasure chest never disappoints. Zhou thought. This sand cavalry instantly disintegrated into bountiful sand energy and quickly dissipated into the air. After that, he opened the marketplace and used another 2,000 units of Black Iron Tier elementary grade desert fog lizard meat to set up a transaction to buy materials for the Blood Eye. Then, he walked out of the Lord's wooden house and went to the gnome alchemy workshop. He saw Ashburn assembling a mechanostrider with his 4 disciples as soon as he entered. "Greetings, my lord," the 5 of them chimed. "How was your rest?" Zhou nodded and looked at Ashburn. "I'm fully rested. Also, congratulations, my lord, on your first victory against the Scarlet Lord." Ashburn laughed. His eyes were bright and his movements were strong. He looked like he was indeed resting well. "Your potions were very useful. We would have lost a lot of people if it weren't for your life potions." Zhou shook his head. "That's my duty." Ashburn bowed elegantly. Zhou smiled. "I have something to tell you." Ashburn immediately looked like he understood. Then, he got his 4 disciples to leave the studio and closed the door. "Please give me my instructions, my lord," Ashburn said seriously. "It's not a big deal. It's just that I obtained another alchemy potion formula. When the ingredients arrive, you can make some." Zhou handed the alchemy formula for the Blood Eye to Ashburn. Ashburn took it with a click of his tongue. Even though he already knew about his lord's golden hand, he hadn't expected that the lord would be able to make use of his building effects to obtain 2 alchemy potion formulas in just 2 days. It's also a very practical alchemy potion. Ashburn was surprised. Zhou nodded. "And I have something else to tell you. I plan to form a scout team that is in charge of exploring the surrounding environment of the territory. That would include the area where the fog monsters are, the resource area, the terrain of various places, and so on. We'll need a bunch of mechanostriders as a means of transportation. From now on, just focus on the mechanostriders and make a small amount of other potions. Can you make, say, 20 mechanostrider a day?" "I need 100 for now," Zhou asked. "Absolutely. I have 4 disciples now. Even though their skills are still a little rough, we can make more than 30 mechanostriders a day. I can definitely make 100 mechanostriders in 3 days," Ashburn promised. "Let me know if you need anything." Zhou trusted Ashburn very much. After saying that, he turned around and left. Half an hour later, Bai Yi was back with some bad news. Use of the Blood Eye. Establishment of the medical hall. After Zhou received the news, he immediately walked out of the room and found Bai Yi. The situation on her side was not so good. A black and purple-faced Black Iron Tier intermediate grade soldier was lying unconscious on a simple wooden cart. Bai Yi and the others were anxious, but they could not do anything about this situation. "His lordship is here. Make way for the lord. My lord must have a way to save Brother Zhang." When the soldiers saw Zhou arrive, they were immediately excited. Then they quickly made way for Zhou. Zhou quickly arrived in front of the poisoned person. "My lord, I was careless. We were accidentally ambushed by the black-tailed fog scorpion hidden under the sand in the process of capturing them. We killed all the black-tailed fog scorpions in the end, but this comrade was still accidentally poisoned by a low-level black-tailed fog scorpion during the battle. I did some emergency treatment to suppress the spread of the poison in his body, but there was still no way to neutralize the poison. He passed out on the way back. My lord, please punish me. Bai Yi looked ashamed. Poisoned? Zhou did not waste his breath. He took out the black iron tier elementary grade antidote he had obtained earlier, opened the cork, and poured the entire bottle into the poisoned soldier's mouth. The next second, his tense expression relaxed at a speed visible to the naked eye. At the same time, his dark purple face gradually returned to its normal color. His face returned to normal and he opened his eyes in confusion in no time. Zhou opened the soldier's personal information and realized that his condition had returned to normal. All right, all right. He's awake, as expected of the Lord. I knew his lordship would have a way. The soldiers were pleasantly surprised. Bai also heaved a sigh of relief. However, she did not dare to look into Zhou's eyes. There is no need to blame yourself for that. It's clearly because of the black-tailed fog scorpion's attack methods that are impossible to guard against. It's normal for you to get hit by accident. Just be careful next time. Zhou looked at Bai and shook his head. The black-tailed fog scorpion is proficient in sneak attacks underground. It's very difficult for us to discover it in advance, Bai said helplessly. Zhou also frowned slightly. Bai was right. However, how could he be willing to avoid the area where the black-tailed fog scorpions were just because of that? It would be impossible for him to avoid the black-tailed fog scorpion's living area when his territory expands in the future. Moreover, the poison of this black-tailed fog scorpion was a little stronger than he had expected. A black iron tier elementary grade black-tailed fog scorpion almost poisoned a black iron tier intermediate grade sword shield soldier to death. At this moment, Zhou suddenly thought of an item. Come with me, he said. The two arrived at the gnome alchemy workshop and found Ashburn. Ashburn, can the blood eye enable us to see the fog monsters hidden underground? Zhou asked directly. Bai was stunned for a moment before her eyes lit up. The blood eye can detect them as long as they aren't hiding more than 10 meters underground. Ashburn laughed. No problem. The black-tailed fog scorpion wouldn't hide so deep beneath the ground. Erupting out from the ground would take too long otherwise, and the commotion would be too big. I estimate that they are generally about 3 to 5 meters beneath the surface. Bai said excitedly. No problem at all. Ashburn smiled and nodded. With that, he turned around and walked to the workbench. He took 3 blood-red potion bottles and returned to Zhou. I have just grasped the refinement method of this blood eye, so I couldn't help but make 3 bottles. This potion is very simple to refine. I can refine about 10 bottles in an hour. You can use it now if you need it. If it's not enough, I'll refine it again. Ashburn laughed. Thank you. Bai thanked him. You're too kind, Madam Bai. We're all working for the Lord. Ashburn laughed. Bai looked at Zhou with burning eyes. Zhou touched his nose and did not say anything. After taking the blood eye potion, he led her out of the gnome alchemy workshop. You want revenge for your poisoned brother? Zhou asked directly after coming out. I'll go wherever my lord tells me to go. Bai said respectfully. It's okay. I want to attack the territory of the black-tailed fog scorpion too. But before that, we need to understand the range of black-tailed fog scorpion's survival methods and their exact numbers. There's a saying in my hometown, only by knowing yourself and your enemy can you win 100 battles. Zhou said. I understand. Bai also calmed down. Zhou nodded and he told her about the scout team. There are now 9 mechanostriders unused in the territory. Pick out 9 smart soldiers and get them to master the piloting of the mechanostriders. Then, you can bring them to explore the black-tailed fog scorpion's territory first. Obtain intel on the enemy so that we can beat them. I will lead you to destroy this group of black-tailed fog scorpions then, Zhou said seriously. Yes, my lord. I'll carry it out now, Bai said excitedly. Then, she left with the 3 bottles of blood eye potion that Zhou had given her. Zhou watched her leave. There was nothing to worry about. With the blood eye, even the monsters hidden underground could not escape their observation. It would be difficult for them to encounter danger as long as Bai and the others did not deliberately bump into the monster's face when they were on these fast mechanostriders. I wonder if there's a Scarlet Lord behind the black-tailed fog scorpion, Zhou pondered. My lord, I have something to report. Zhao Changshu walked over. Elder Zhao, just tell me, Zhou said politely. He was very respectful to old people, especially talented old people. Courtesy must not be abandoned. Zhao Changshu seemed to take note of this and said, My lord, the clinic has been completed. I'm also supervising the construction of the warehouse. It should be ready by tonight. As for the residences, I handed them over to Chengdu. He completely grasped the blueprint of the residences that his lordship gave to him. He has already established 2 residences. There shouldn't be any problems with the remaining construction. Zhou's eyes lit up. The clinic was completed. A medical center was too important to stabilize the loyalty of the subjects. Moreover, it was even more important to the injured soldiers. It could greatly reduce their casualties. The 2 of them arrived at the newly built medical hall. It was not big, just a 2-story tall white ordinary building with the word medical hall on it. Zhou looked at it. A text notification appeared. Building name, medical hall, territory level. Black iron tier elementary grade, building effect. Basic building of the territory. After a doctor moves in, he can research, sell medicine, and treat patients. It can also slightly increase the loyalty of his subjects. Note 1. This building can be upgraded by higher quality blueprints, but the corresponding materials need to be replenished. Note 2. The level of researching medicine and treating patients, the economic benefits of selling medicine, and the extent of increasing the loyalty of the people depends on the level of the clinic and the life profession level of the doctor. Building description. I'd rather the medicine hall be covered in thick dust than have a patient in the world. I established this black iron tier intermediate grade medical hall because the best doctor in our territory, Zhang Qianjing, is at this level. I will upgrade this building when Physician Zhang's profession level increases in the future, or there are higher-level doctors in the territory. My lord, you don't have to worry about higher-level blueprints. There's no need for blueprints at all as long as we don't build anything above the white platinum tier intermediate grade. I can build them directly with enough resources and manpower. Zhao Changshu smiled. Zhou very satisfied. Having a high-level architect by his side would save money and trouble. After that, Zhou went to see the 2 residences that Qiandu had built. It had to be said that even though Qiandu was an unorthodox architect, with the help of the blueprint and Zhao Changshu's guidance, the houses built were still quite standard. A residence that could accommodate up to 4 people could be built with fewer resources even though it could not be upgraded. As long as Zhou's territory was large enough, it was not a problem for everyone to have a residence of their own. On the other side, Bai Yi quickly found 9 suitable candidates and began to teach them how to pilot the mechanostriders. It was not difficult to learn how to pilot the mechanostriders. Given their intelligence, they mastered the method in less than an hour. She brought them away from the territory in a mechanostrider after cautioning them on the things to take note of. Time passed, night gradually fell. Bai Yi and the others finally returned safely before the scarlet fog appeared with the results of their investigation. Information. A different cerulean planet lord announcement. In the living room of the lord's wooden house. My lord, we found the nest of the black-tailed fog scorpion. There are about 400 of them. They're about 25 kilometers southwest of Blazing Sun City. Furthermore, we discovered that there was a green bronze tier advanced grade leader among them. It is also a scarlet lord. Bai Yi, who had just returned, reported. It is really a scarlet lord? Zhou's expression also became serious. However, he was not afraid. It was just a green bronze tier grade scarlet lord. Not even strong enough to face off with his green bronze tier advanced grade lava dragon. Nazario. Pure-blooded dragons were the overlord race of the myriad worlds. With Nazario's current abilities, it might even have a high chance of killing even a white silver tier scarlet lord. Are you guys in some kind of trouble? Zhou asked. No, we can detect monsters hiding in our surroundings in advance with the Blood Eye potion. The mechanostriders given to us by my lord allows us to use high movement speed to avoid them. None of them could catch up to us. Bai Yi replied excitedly. The experience of using the mechanostrider and Blood Eye combination was extremely good. This was the first time she had experienced such a strange feeling. Zhou nodded, feeling a little strange. He did not expect the effect of the Blood Eye to be so useful. What do you think our chances are if we go up against them? Zhou asked. The black-tailed fog scorpion's greatest threat lies in its poison and its ability to ambush. But we don't have to worry about sneak attacks with the Blood Eye potion, and we have the antidote. As long as we can resolve these 2 threats, I think we have an 80% chance of winning. If we have a way to deal with the green bronze tier advanced grade black-tailed fog scorpion leader, I think we have a 100% chance of winning, Bai said after thinking seriously. She was loyal and would not lie to him. Therefore, Zhou did not hesitate to make a decision upon hearing that. Get ready then. Tomorrow, we'll deal with these black-tailed fog scorpions and their scarlet lords. Understood, Bai said respectfully. One more thing. I've already used the newly obtained Sword Shield Soldier recruitment books to recruit another 36 Black Iron Tier elementary grade Sword Shield soldiers. They're at the residences now. Bring them along when you are going back. Zhou said. They killed a total of 212 Desert Fog Lizards during the battle with the Desert Fog Lizard leader during the day. Among them were 178 Black Iron Tier elementary grade Desert Fog Lizards, 27 Black Iron Tier intermediate grade Desert Fog Lizards, 6 Elite Black Iron Tier advanced grade Desert Fog Lizard, and 1 Black Iron Tier elementary grade Desert Fog Lizard leader. Other than the loot mentioned before, he also gained 512 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores, 16 Green Bronze Tier Mist Cores, 5,240 units of flesh, Black Iron Tier elementary, intermediate and advanced grade, 100 units of Green Bronze Tier elementary grade, 37 kilograms of water bag, 222 gradeless Sword Shield Soldier class change certificates, 36 Sword Shield Soldier recruitment books which had all become 36 new Sword Shield soldiers and 6 Black Iron Tier advanced grade sand stealth techniques. In addition, this battle cost him 12 soldiers. However, it also gave him 40 more Black Iron Tier advanced grade soldiers and 122 Black Iron Tier intermediate grade professionals. His strength could be said to have increased instead of decreasing. Yes, my lord. Bai nodded before leaving. At night, the scarlet fog quietly descended. The world was covered in a strange scarlet fog, invoking fear. Zhou stood inside the protective shield and looked at the quiet scarlet fog outside of the novice lord's protective barrier. For a moment he was not used to it. There really won't be any new fog monsters. Never mind, so be it. It'll give the soldiers a good night's sleep. It won't be good for them to fight monsters all day and night. I have a monster ranch anyway, so I won't lose much even if no new fog monsters are born at night. Zhou thought. He looked in the direction of the monster ranch outside of the protection barrier and hesitated for a long time. In the end, he returned to the Lord's wooden house and brought Nazario along. It's cold. Zhou felt a bone-chilling cold as the scarlet fog surrounded his body. It seemed to have a consciousness as it tried to burrow into Zhou's body. With a thought, the energy in his body immediately circulated and the bone-chilling cold gradually disappeared. Zhou entered through the gates of the monster ranch and soon saw Mugu. Mugu also noticed Zhou. Greetings, my lord. Mugu was a little surprised. After some hesitation, he said, My lord, forgive me for being rude. The scarlet fog is extremely strange, and it will reach its peak at night. It's better for you to tread carefully at this time. It's okay. Didn't I bring it out with me? Zhou pointed at the curious baby, Nazario, which was looking around. The tension in Mugu's face eased when he saw the baby dragon. I overstepped my boundary. Zhou did not blame him. Instead, he looked at the small fence beside him. This small fence was only about 20 square meters, and there was an elite Black Iron Tier advanced grade Desert Fog Lizard lying inside. It was the one that Bai and the others had captured earlier in the day. They also caught a black-tailed fog scorpion that was at the Black Iron Tier elementary grade. However, since there was no second monster ranch, its limbs and tail were temporarily cut off and tied up. How does the monster ranch work? Zhou retracted his gaze and asked curiously. My lord, why don't you wait for a while? You'll know when the time comes. Mugu smiled. Zhou nodded. A moment later, the bored Zhou suddenly saw a scarlet fog descend from the sky and charge straight into the body of the elite Desert Fog Lizard. The elite Desert Fog Lizard's body trembled. Then a scarlet light shot out of its lower body. In the blink of an eye, that light landed in the large fence and turned into a Black Iron Tier elementary grade Desert Fog Lizard. It looked around blankly and then got up. Soon it saw Zhou and Mugu. The desert fog lizard immediately roared and rushed towards them aggressively. Zhou was just about to control it with mental control when Mugu rushed over at an extremely fast speed and reached out to touch its head. The desert fog lizard became still. Zhou had elementary-grade mental potential, therefore, when Mugu touched his head, he could sense that this subordinate seemed to have released a mental perception that had the ability to pacify. Is this the unique ability of a monster rancher? Zhou clicked his tongue in wonder. In the next hour, more than 100 black iron-tier elementary-grade desert fog lizards were nurtured. However, they were all ordinary black iron-tier elementary-grade desert fog lizards. At this rate of birth, the monster ranch can produce at least 1,000 desert fog lizards a night. Can this hold? Zhou asked. It really can't. Therefore, I will let them fight among themselves and devour each other. This way, not only can we reduce their numbers, but we can also use this method to give birth to elite tier, leader tier, and even lord tier fog monsters. However, there won't be any scarlet lords amongst them. The lord tier monster that would only have the strength of a lord, but doesn't have the rank of a scarlet lord. Mugu said. Zhou nodded in realization. So this is how high-level monsters were born. Why can't a scarlet lord be born? He asked. Because my lord's monster ranch originates from the lord's talent and is protected by the supreme will. The supreme will not allow the scarlet lord to invade this place. Naturally, there's no way for the Lord of Scarlet to be born here, Mugu said. Zhou felt that it was a pity he could not artificially create the Scarlet Lord. After that, he returned to Blazing Sun City with Nazario. The next day, Zhou woke up in a daze. When he opened his eyes, he found Nazario licking his face. Go, go, go! Zhou stuffed a mouthful of black iron-tier mist cores into its mouth and sent it away. He wanted to go back to sleep, but lazed around in bed when he realized that he couldn't fall back into slumber. Instead, he lay on the bed and turned on the World Channel, wanting to dive for a while. Then, Zhou saw a large number of Lord's comments appear on the World Channel. At the top of the World Channel, there was a blood-red announcement that he had never seen before. Cerulean Planet's Lord announcement. There are only 3 days left until the Novice Lord test. All Lords, please work hard to develop in the remaining 3 days. Otherwise, you will be eliminated by the fog monsters. Prompt. In this Novice Lord test, the Lords who pass the test will receive a reward. The better the performance of the Lord, the richer the rewards. The Lord who performs the best will receive the highest reward personally given by the Supreme Will. Please work hard to develop and seize this opportunity. Countdown. 95 hours, 32 minutes, 46 seconds. Zhou raised his eyebrows. Summoning the subjects. Cartographer. He looked at the other Lord's opinions on this announcement as he processed the information. I thought the Novice Lord test was just a simple test. I didn't expect a reward. I have a yellow gold tier Lord talent. I will definitely stand out in this test. The Blazing Sun Lord, Dragon Lady Lord, Azura Lord, and Undead Lord haven't even spoken yet. Why are you with a yellow gold tier Lord talent making noise? I don't want to compare to those freaks. With my yellow gold tier Lord talent, it shouldn't be a problem for me to scoop up some soup that the big shots don't want, right? I still want to fight for it even though I don't have a Lord talent. The ultimate reward belongs to me, the Son of Heaven. My Falcon Core is ready to be tested at any time. I've only summoned 6 professionals over the past 4 days. Do you think I can pass this Novice Lord test? If you feel that you can't pass, find a way out as soon as possible. Give up your status as a Lord and find a local faction to be an ordinary person. It's not that I want to hurt anyone's feelings, but your lives are the most important. Don't you think so? I'm tempted. There seems to be a local faction near my territory. A bunch of cowards. A real man should treat this test as his chance. The test isn't here yet and you want to escape already? Not everyone has the heart to fight for supremacy. That's right, who wants to be a Lord? I was dragged forcefully here. Okay? This Novice Lord test will determine if you are a dragon or a worm. The World Channel displayed all kinds of human emotions. Some were tempted, some were wavering, and some were already thinking of retreating. However, most of the lords were still filled with ambition and anticipation for this novice lord test. Zhou was no exception. I have the legendary tier lord talent. There's no reason not to fight for this supreme reward. I can't underestimate the other lords since my lord talent will grow stronger in later stages. Perhaps some other lord can obtain a greater advantage than me now. I can't relax for the last 3 days. I have to accumulate strength with all my might. Only then can I have a chance to obtain the supreme reward in the novice lord test. Zhou rationalized it. He did not become egoistic with the achievements and fame of the past 3 days, nor was he in the mood to continue sleeping in. He simply got up and walked out of the lord's wooden house. Bai Yi and the others had already woken up and were eating breakfast. Zhou washed up quickly and joined in. Everyone rested for a while before they cleaned up the desert fog lizards in the monster ranch. Zhou then came to the gate of summoning and prepared to summon his subjects on the 4th day. A golden text notification appeared. Prompt: do you want to summon immediately? Yes, Zhou immediately said. The next second, the gate of summoning suddenly lit up with white light, and 12 people walked out. Greetings, my lord. When the 12 new subjects saw Zhou, they immediately said respectfully, Welcome to Blazing Sun City. Zhou said as usual. Then, he began to check the attributes of the 12 new subjects. These 12 subjects were 6 men and 6 women. 10 of them were ordinary people without any profession. As for the other 2, one of them was a black iron tier intermediate grade female chef. The other person was a cartographer, a young boy who was only 15 years old. He looked delicate and young, but his eyes were quite determined. Subject: Wu 2, Territory. Blazing Sun City. Life Profession. Cartographer. Profession Class. Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade. Ability Overview. He has a image memory talent. He could record the scenery he saw with his brush. Later, he took the initiative to join the army for the sake of his family's livelihood and became a military cartographer. He was good at drawing all kinds of terrain distribution, natural resource gathering points, mountains and rivers, and the territory of monsters. Skills: Talent, Image Memory, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Graphic Skill, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Terrain Recognition, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Monster Recognition, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Medicinal Herb Recognition, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Mineral Recognition, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Maple Town, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Maple Town, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Fish Spring Town, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Maple Town, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Gobi Desert, Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Raven Forest. Loyalty: 75. Potential: Yellow Gold Tier Advanced Grade. Zhou was a little surprised. This was the first time he had seen a human with talent in skills. Moreover, it was not a racial talent like the elementary grade mental potential. His person's potential was also higher than average, since he actually had yellow gold tier advanced grade potential. He was almost a top talent of the human race. What surprised Zhou the most was, this child was clearly not very old, but he had unexpectedly mastered many skills. His caliber was second only to Elder Zhao Changshu among the people he knew. He put away the surprise in his heart and began to distribute these people. Zhou used the 4 poison crossbowman class change certificates that he had obtained previously to turn 4 men into beginner-level poison crossbowmen. Zhou assigned the other 2 men to Zhao Changshu. Zhao Changshu and the others were building new buildings every day, but they were very short of manpower. Zhao Changshu, this old man, sometimes had to personally build mud walls. The soldiers could help them when they were free, but their main profession was still going out to conquer monsters. It was impossible for them to do construction work all day. Therefore, it was still necessary to assign construction personnel to Zhao Changshu and Qian Du. As for the remaining 4 female subjects, they were assigned to Qin Guang and his wife immediately. There were more than 600 people in the territory. It was not possible for Qin Guang and his wife to provide food to so many people every day by themselves. It was better for them to have more help. Finally, Zhou looked at Wu Tuesday. Wu Tu was still a child after all. Under Zhou's gaze, he quickly became a little nervous. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not going to eat you. Go to the Gnome Alchemy Workshop later and apply for a Mechanostrider from the workshop owner, Ashburn. After you get it, get familiar with it. When you have completely mastered it, follow my scout team in the exploration of the surrounding information of the territory. Draw a map for me. This mission is important. Can you do that? Zhou pondered for a moment before saying, I can. That's what I did in the military. I'm already familiar with it. Wu Tu said confidently. Okay. I like how confident you are. Since you're so confident, I will entrust you with a heavy responsibility and make you the vice captain of my scout team if you can satisfy my conditions. How about that? Zhou said seriously. Wu Tu volunteered to serve in the army so that his family could survive, so Zhou believed that he was not a brat who knew nothing. Therefore, he did not look down on him because he was young and wanted to give this child a chance. In any case, he would only be the vice captain. The captain and the other soldiers could also look out for him and prevent him from doing anything wrong. When Wu Tu heard Zhou's words, his eyes could not help but light up. When he was in the army, no matter how much knowledge he learned or how many skills he mastered, he did not gain the trust of many soldiers because of his tender age. He did not expect this lord to trust him so much after he came here. My lord seemed to be different from the others, the young man thought. Then he nodded vigorously. I'll definitely become the vice captain. The lord in front of him smiled and ruffled his hair before turning to leave.